Welcome. So find your comfortable seated position. Block with a throw pillow or a block with a blanket on it. And just find that comfortable seated position. So feel your sitting bones rooting down. So if you're on the block and if it's hard, definitely take a moment to grab something that will allow you to be more comfortable as we sit for a few minutes. Now, if seated is not going to work for you, don't worry about it. You can go to child's pose or even corpse pose as you would in Shavasana. So before we close our eyes and settle in, just so I know, who here is brand new to yoga? Just wave your hand if you are brand new to yoga. And anybody, also wave your hand if you've got an injury or other issue that will need modifications. Now I'll unmute you, you can tell me. Okay, good. So it looks like everybody's good. So settle in. If you're seated, feel those sitting bones root down. Feel the spine grow tall. Feel the crown of the head reaching up to the sky above you. If you are in child's pose, really feel that grounding down. And if you're in corpse pose, feel that connection with the earth beneath you. Just take some big, huge rounds of breath. Allow that breath to fill up from low to high. So you're going to start the breath deep in the belly. And let that breath come all the way up to your collarbones. You might hold it at the top. And then give a nice long open mouth exhale. I'm going to encourage you to take several of those big, huge breaths. And because I have you unmuted and you're practicing in your own home, I encourage you to make way more noise than you might otherwise make. So allow those inhales to really fill you up. Hold it at the top. And then really give that open mouth exhale. If you haven't done that in class before, do it today. Let it go. Several big rounds of that. Just see how much on each exhale that you can release. And then as you're ready, just allow your breath to settle back to that kind of unshaped breath breathing you way of being. But still really feel the sense of releasing on the exhale. So as you sit and breathe, allow each exhale to help you let go just a little bit more. So you might find that as you exhale, the shoulders can melt away from the ears a bit more. That the upper chest, mid-back can feel more expansive. So that the belly button can release away from the low back. And as you let that belly button release and your tummy kind of bulges out a little bit more than it might otherwise, see if that helps your whole pelvic floor feel like it can release a bit more. Several rounds of breath, just seeing how much more you can release on each exhale. And then take that attention and move it to that sense of inquiry. So inquire, feel where you are holding and sense what you are holding. So it may be that muscle tension, maybe there's still more to let go, or maybe it's a sense of another kind of weight or color. Just note what you are feeling that you are holding and see how much, you just notice it. And if there's more to let go, see if you can let it go. And then allow, when ready, attention to come fully to sensation of breath. Feel the breath come in through your nose. Feel the breath come out through your nose. Just notice how you are sensing the breath on inhales and exhales. And while you sit and keep that nice focus on breath, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the thematic focus of our practice this evening. And that is the idea of recognizing, observing what's going on in your body, and allowing. So allowing what's going on in your body to become fully in your awareness with non-judgment. So recognizing and allowing. So those two things are so important with all that is going on in each of our lives right now. One of the things that can be so very helpful in helping us navigate what's going on in our lives is becoming more aware of what's going on in our inner world. So recognizing what's going on in our inner world and allowing it to be. So that as we move through the practice, you can practice those two things, recognizing and allowing. So if you're in a pose, we'll be doing very, let's say, kind of foundational, a very foundational practice. But I encourage you to work to your edge, because when you can feel that discomfort, maybe when your thighs burn in a lunge pose, you can practice that recognizing and allowing, so that you might recognize, yes, that's my thigh burning, and allow, it's just sensation. I feel it, non-judgment, no big deal, it is what it is. And when we practice that in class, we can bring that off our mat and into our daily lives and just notice how things shift when we're able to do that. So with that in mind, bring hands to heart space. Press thumbs to breastbone, press palms together. And consider your intention for this evening's class. Perhaps it is, as suggested, focusing in on recognizing and allowing. Perhaps it's something that you need that will serve you best on your mat and perhaps through the evening and week ahead. So take several rounds of breath where you can not only think of your intention, but feel it in your body. And then we'll breathe that intention together and send it out to the universe with an open mouth exhale. So just empty out, seal your lips, big inhale, fill up. Really feel the intention rise to the top of your chest, hold it, and then open mouth exhale, send it out. Very nice. Allow hands to come back down to your inner thighs or to the ground besides you if you're in corpse or shavasana, corpse or child's pose. And slowly, as you are ready, blink your eyes open and make your way to your tabletop position. And set any props aside that you need to. And finding that tabletop position, just see and feel knees right under hips, wrists right under shoulders, okay? So that you have that nice alignment. And once you've got that, inhale your way up into cow pose. Just stay in cow pose so you can feel the pose for a few moments. So feel the pelvis tilt forward, belly button goes down towards the earth. Feel the collarbones lift, shoulder blade supports the back of the heart, chin lifts, just gently, no cranking the back of the neck. When your next exhale comes, come on back, cat pose, root through the arms. We'll stay here for a couple rounds of breath. So spread through the shoulder blades, belly button in and up, reach through the arms. See how much of a stretch just by reaching long through the arms you can get in the shoulder blade area. Then with your inhale, back to your cow pose. Feel the heart space expand. And then on your pace, take several more cat and cow. And as you breathe in cat and cow, feel the inhales take that chest way up in fullness. Feel the exhales as you tuck the chin, you round the back. You're going to really curl the spine, get a stretch there. When you're ready, bring some 3D movement in. So jut out a hip, send it past your heel. Get a stretch in that outer hip, outer side body. See, even in this 3D motion, if you can allow the breath to fill you up as you're coming into a more open pose, and as you're coming back, exhale it out. Couple more rounds, side to side. And then after your next full round, just find your way back to tabletop. And once you're in tabletop, see that wrist creases are square to the front of the mat. Fingers are super wide, so as wide as they can go, and then claw them down so that you're clawing down all the knuckles, the face of the palms, thumbs. And once you have that nice strong support, it's going to help the wrist stay safe in our weight-bearing poses. Come on back to your down dog. So if down dog feels great for you today, that's great. Stay in down dog, paddle it out. Take some side to sides. We'll be moving through several down dogs at least in our practice today. And if at any point down dog does not feel like it's something that is calling to you, you can always come back to your tabletop, take a cow and a cat. You can take a calf stretch just from your tabletop by sending one leg back at a time and sending the ball, the foot into the mat and the heel back. So you don't need to do a down dog every time if that's not calling to you. So nice option there. If you're in your down dog, take a couple more rounds of breath. Maybe another pedal out or two, getting the hips going side to side. And then with your next exhale, drop the knees back down. Once the knees are back down, take an inhale, come on into revolving around your spine. As you lift the right arm, take a wrist circle or two in each direction. And then with your exhale, thread it through. Walk the left hand just outside the mat a touch, drop the right shoulder down. Find that place where the shoulder can comfortably connect with the earth. If your shoulder is tight, you want to bring that shoulder into the midline or in front of the left knee to get it down. If it's more open, have it stay in front of the right knee. And then really feel like you can reach that arm through. Once the shoulder is down, see where you want to go. Maybe you're going to press into that left arm a little bit more to stack left shoulder over right. Maybe you're going to reach the arm up to the sky. Or maybe you're going to take a half bind by bringing the arm around and just connecting the right hand to the back tag of the pants or the upper right thigh. Breathe right into that tight spot of the shoulder for another round of breath. And then nice and slowly unwind it. Left hand comes down if it was up in the air. Right arm comes way up high. Big inhale, pop through the right side body. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left arm reaches up, sweep it up, revolve around the spine. Take your wrist circles, couple in each direction. And then when you're ready, as the exhale comes, thread it through, walk the right hand to the outside of the mat. And allow the right shoulder as best as you can stack over the left. Remember, you can adjust where that left shoulder goes to find the place where it can come down. So maybe that right arm's going to come up high. Maybe that right arm's going to come around to the top of the left thigh. Continue to work to stack right shoulder over left. Breathe right into that left shoulder. One more round of breath here. And then as you are ready, top arm comes down if it's up in the sky. And then unthread the bottom arm, sweep it up, reach tall. Once that arm's up, puff out through that whole side body. And then with your exhale, drop it down, tabletop. From your tabletop, inhale, right arm, left leg. Send them both high with the next inhale. With your exhale, curl it in, elbow and knee meet, chin tucks, round through the back. Hover here for a round of breath. Stretch through that left arm. Inhale, reach everything high, right arm, left leg. Stay for another inhale, everything higher. Exhale, curl it in, elbow to knee, tuck the chin, round the back. Press through the arm, left arm, press it down. Inhale, everything up. We'll do that one more time. Stay at the next inhale to grow taller. And then exhale, curl it in. Belly button in and up towards the spine. Hover. Inhale. Grow long. Right arm and left leg reach. Inhale to grow higher with both arm and leg. Exhale. Set it down. Second side. Inhale. Left arm, right leg. Exhale. Curl it in. Elbow to knee. Tuck the chin. Stretch through the right arm. Hover. Inhale. Stay with the next inhale. Grow everything high and long. Exhale. Tuck it in. Round the back. Elbow to knee. Chin tucks, belly button up. Last one through. Inhale, everything high. Stay. Next inhale, even higher. Exhale, curl it in. Reach. The right arm long as the left elbow touches the knee. Hover. Inhale, everything long and high. Stay for another inhale, everything nice and high. Exhale, set it down. Tabletop. Big inhale on your tabletop. From your exhale, send it back. Down dog. Reach the arms long. See if you can bend your knees a little bit more and then send hips farther up and back. So you can get a little bit more weight into your feet. Good. Another big round of breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. With your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, take a big step to the top of the mat. And then inhale your way to halfway lift. Long through the spine. With your exhale, we're going to crouch and curl it down. So bend the knees, come to the balls of the feet, tuck the chin, round through the back. Exhale, press the hands down. Become the tightest ball possible. Next round of breath, or two or three, we're going to ragdoll it up. Knees stay bent until shoulders are stacked over the waist. Arms hang heavily. Stack one vertebra at a time. Once the shoulders are over the waist, then the legs go long, then sweep up the arms, reach it tall. Interlace at the top of your reach. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the back. Send those knuckles away. Spread through the shoulder blades. Exhale, belly button to spine, stay. See if you can reach a little bit farther. Stretch through the upper spine. Spread through the shoulder blades. Inhale, release, goal post arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let those shoulder blades lift the back of the heart. Look up. Root through the legs. Shine through the heart space. If you feel comfortable in this pose, you can reach the arms up long and wide and high. Once they're up there, see what you feel like you can receive from the beautiful sky above. And then with your exhale, palms come together, elbows squeeze to the center line as you hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step back, find plank. Stay in plank for a round of breath. Shoulders, or the tailbone that is just below the shoulder blade height. And then exhale, drop the knees. Once you drop those knees, let those inner elbows point more towards the top of the mat, and then dive it down. Chin hits, butt stays in the air. That's Inchwormasana. Once you're down with the butt in the air, keep the fingers and shoulders where they are. Send the legs long, zip them up. Inhale, baby cobra. You can float the hands, get a little more low back work. With your exhale, drop the hands back down, tuck the chin, come over the toes, send hips back to heels and find your down dog. Big exhale takes you back. Inhale to fill up. Exhale to stay and empty out. With your next exhale, bend your knees, look forward, big step, top of mat. Once the feet are by the hands, inhale your way to halfway lift, long through the spine. Exhale, release, forward fold. Soft knees. We're going to stay for a few rounds of breath so you can give your hamstrings, your legs what you need. So you can pedal out. You can do a little side to side motion if you'd like. If you are going to pedal, if you are going to do side to side motion, keep those knees soft so that you're not going to torque anything. Bigger bend on the side that you are moving towards. So if your hands are going to your right side, the right knee has a bigger bend. Of course, you can also grab opposite elbows and give that little bit of a sway side to side. Couple rounds of breath. Find what your legs need, what your hamstrings need. Big inhale. Big exhale. Release any grip that you have. And then focus on the low belly. About an inch or two beneath the belly button. Bring a little engagement of that area up towards the spine. And then as long as your low back is feeling good, go ahead and give a reverse swan dive up. If the low back is cranky today, hands to hips, knees bent, then come up nice and tall. When shoulders stack over waist, sweep the arms up tall, look up. You can join the palms if that's comfortable. Point the forefingers and give yourself a little bit of a back bend. Big inhale. And with your exhale, palms together, elbows squeeze to the midline, hinge right at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step back, find plank. Round a breath in plank. If you know chaturanga and wish to take it, please do, but I'll be guiding today through 8-point pose, which is dropping the knees, externally rotate those inner elbows, chin hits next, inchworm asana, zip up the legs as you send them down, tops of the feet press into earth. Inhale, baby cobra. Float the hands for one breath if you want that challenge. Exhale, send it back, down dog. Come over the toes, hips to heels first, so you don't dump into that low back. Good, round a breath here. We'll take this next Sane, one breath, one movement. So with your exhale, bend knees, look forward, big step or hop, top of mat. Inhaling your way, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, release, forward fold. Once you're in that forward fold, one breath, engage that low core. And with your next inhale, reverse swan dive it up. Reach it up, come into a little back bend, grow tall, big inhale. This time, swan dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step back, find plank. Once you're in plank, full round of breath, strong core, belly button up towards spine. With your exhale, knees, chest, and chin, drop the knees, externally rotate inner elbows, chin hits next, inchworm asana. Then send the legs long, zip them up, tops of the feet press down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, send it back, down dog. Reach the arms long. Remember, hips back to heels first. That way you can make sure you're keeping your low back safe. Couple breaths. Big inhales. Big exhales. Fill all the way up. See if you can fill up past your collarbones. With your exhale, see how much you can release out. Let go. With your next inhale, float that right leg way, way up high. With your exhale, step through to lunge pose. Right foot near the right hand. Now, if you find that your foot gets stuck halfway through, no worries. Grab the heel, scooch it forward. Then tent the fingers. The earth is still too far from you for comfort. Take a moment, find those blocks, find the books, whatever you have, and bring the floor up to you. Couple rounds of breath here. Drop the tailbone, send the hips forward a little bit of an up dog chest. Big inhale. With your exhale, drop the left knee, come tall torso, Interlace the hands, top of the right knee. What we want to work on here is a stretch between the mid quad and the hip point, hip bone. That's the hip flexor. Send hips forward and down. Drive into that right foot. Feel like that right foot wants to pull back. If you feel comfortable here and want a little more, feel free to experiment with reaching the arms up, perhaps looking up. If you want a back bend, you can goal post, squeeze shoulder blades together, lift, shoulder blades lift the heart. You can also reach the arms up for a bigger back bend. Wherever you are, refocus on that hip flexor stretch. Hips forward, tailbone down a touch. One more breath. Big inhale, spine goes long. Exhale, hands frame the foot. Inhale to stay. Next exhale, half Vinyasa. So you want to bring that left hip point back over the left knee. If you need to, scooch that right foot, right heel forward. And then feel like the hip creases want to take you back in space. Root the foot down, the right foot, heel into earth. Couple breaths as you stretch over that right leg. Really flex that right foot so you get a stretch all the way down the calf. One more round of breath. With your next inhale, plant that foot back down, frame the foot with your hands, send back, plank pose. Inhale, plank. You can go right back to down dog if you'd like. Otherwise, your choice. Knees, chest, and chin to baby cobra or chaturanga. Top dog if that's in your practice. And then when your exhale comes, hips back to heels, send it back, down dog. Big round of breath. Big inhale, big exhale. With your next inhale, send that left leg way high. And then straighten it out as best as you can right now, and then sweep it through. Find lunge. Once you find lunge, and remember, you can scooch that foot forward as you need to. Once you find lunge, temp the fingers, drop the tailbone, a little bit of an up dog chest. Root down through both legs. Big inhale. Exhale, drop the right knee, come tall torso over the left. Check it out. How are you feeling? If that right hip flexor is tight, definitely stay right here. If it's feeling pretty good today, you want to experiment, take one of those arm positions that you may have taken on the first side, reaching up tall, looking up, maybe goal post, or maybe reaching the arms up. Then refocus on that stretch in the hip flexor. Stay tall through the spine. One more big inhale. With your exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. Hip creases take you back, flex through the left foot as we move into half Vinyasa. See that right hip point and right knee in alignment. Flex strongly through that left foot. Big inhale, grow the spine long. Exhale, drape over that left leg. Find the hamstring stretch. Couple breaths. With your next inhale, reflatten that left foot. Frame the foot with your hands. Step it back. Find plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, bring it down. Knees, chest, and chin. So once the knees hit, chin hits next, butt stays in the air, and into Asana. Shoulders and fingers same, right underneath each other in alignment. Then the legs go back. Then inhale, baby cobra up dog. Exhale back, down dog. That's where we'll be at. Big inhale, big exhale. Good. With your next inhale, float that right leg long behind you and as high as it can comfortably go. And then exhale, step through, find lunge. Once you've found that lunge, reset up. This time, check it out. Make sure the knee is behind that ankle bone, or at least, or not in front of the ankle bone, but preferably over the heel. So behind the ankle bone or over the heel. Root both legs down, hug them into the midline, and enjoy lunge pose for a round of breath. Even feel your hip points. See if you can hug those into the center line. And then with your next inhale, sweep the arms up, coming into crescent pose. So see if you feel that left hip flexor right where we were stretching it. If it's too much of a stretch, straighten that right leg a little bit, bend the left knee a little bit. If it's feeling good, see if you can get that thigh parallel to the earth. So you can get the left heel back, so you're reaching through the left heel. With your next exhale, sweep the arms forward, 45-degree torso, pinkies lift. One breath here. With your next inhale, sweep the arms back up, reach tall, look up if you'd like. Exhale, bring it down, frame the foot. Step back, plank pose. You can vinyasa through, meaning go to 8-point pose to baby cobra, or go right back to down dog, your choice. Let the breath lead you. Exhale sends you back when you're ready. Big inhale, big exhale. Then when your next inhale is ready to come, float that left leg way, way high. As you exhale, sweep it through, find lunge. Once you've got that lunge, drop the tailbone, root down through the legs, hug legs into the midline, hug hip points into the center line, and then inhale, crescent pose, take it up. Feel that right hip flexor, back off if it's too much of a stretch, or try to get that thigh parallel if you're feeling pretty good. Big inhale as you reach tall. You can look up if you want that challenge, fingers reach. With your exhale, sweep the arms through. Pinkies lift, shoulder blades squeeze together. 45-degree torso. Next inhale, back up, crescent pose, reach tall, look up. Exhale, send it down. Frame the foot, send the left leg back, plank pose. Yogi's choice, right back to down dog, or take that vinyasa through, coming into 8-point pose, and then up to baby cobra or chaturanga to up dog. And then take it back, finding your down dog as you're ready. We'll take 3 big rounds of breath here. Let that breath relax. Let the inhale fill you up. We'll take this next breath together. So empty all the way out. And then with your inhale, fill all the way up past your collarbones. So you can drink a touch more in and then hold it at the top. Then open mouth, exhale, let it go. Good. One more big round of breath, big inhale. Big exhale. With your next inhale, bend your knees. Look forward, take a big step to the top of your mat. Inhale into your halfway lift, long spine. Have your hands connected somewhere. For most of us, we'll want them just below the knees. And then with your exhale, forward fold. Couple breaths in forward fold, see what the hamstrings need, maybe pedal out for a moment. And then find stillness, and go ahead and toe heel it together. And with your exhale, sit it down, fingers brush the mat, knees are back so you can see your toes, and then sweep the arms up, and you'll find yourself in fierce pose. See if you can bring the knees back a touch farther, drop the tailbone a little bit, so you can get the heart space away from the thighs. One more breath. What are you feeling? Can you feel it with non-judgment? Big inhale, exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, engage that low core, sweep it all the way up, reverse swan dive, come into a little bit of a back bend if you'd like, and then exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, step or jump back, plank pose. Yogi's choice, vinyasa through, coming into your chaturanga to up dog, or 8-point pose to baby cobra, or send it right back to down dog, and breathe. Big breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. With your next inhale, float that right leg way, way high. As you take this next exhale, sweep it through, find lunge. Spin down that back heel. Point the left big toe up the mat about 30 degrees. So see that, kick the back heel out as needed. See that imaginary line from heel to heel. Once you've got that, take it up to warrior one. So see how you're feeling. If that left hip flexor is tight, take that left hip point back a ways. If the left knee is bothering you at all, take a wider steps or wider railroad tracks. If everything's feeling good, right hip crease back, left hip point forward, sense of a twist. Sweep the arms up. See that right knee. Make sure it's in the same direction as the middle toes. So as we stay in warrior one, recognize and allow. What do you notice? Can you bring non-judgment to it? Hug both legs into the midline. 2 more breaths. Grow tall through the arms. Root through the legs. Big inhale, grow taller still. And exhale, bring it on down. Frame the foot, send back. Yogi's choice. Vinyasa through, or 8-point pose, or go right back to down dog. Beautiful. Once you're back in your down dog, full big round of breath. Next inhale, sweep that left leg way high. With your exhale, send it through. Find lunge, spin down back heel. Check it out. Right big toe points up the mat about 30 degrees. Heel to heel alignment. Inhale takes you up. Warrior one. How are you feeling on this side? Where do you need to be? Maybe you need to back off. Maybe you're ready to come more into the twist. Find that front thigh parallel. Root the legs down. Grow tall. Perhaps look up. 3 breaths from here. Hug the legs into the midline. And then feel. What do you notice? Keep breathing. Maybe a little deeper still in that left leg. Big inhale, reach tall. Exhale, bring it down. Frame the foot. Send it back. Plank pose. Inhale, plank. Send it back to down dog if you're fatigued. Otherwise, vinyasa through. Feel the breath. Once you're back in your down dog, breathe. 3 big rounds of breath. Fill up low to high. Exhale, high to low. We'll take this next round of breath together. So empty all the way out. Seal your lips. Breathe in through your nose. Lift up through the collarbones. Drink it a bit more still. Hold it. Then open mouth, exhale. Let it go. Make it loud. One more round of breath. Then with your next exhale, drop your knees down. Come on into child's pose. I invite you for today's practice to bring the knees wide, send the hips back, and keep the arms out long. And just feel how connected down to the earth you can feel. And you might experiment with bringing the palms together and sending the palms back over the back of your head, and then sending the armpits closer to the earth to get a bit of a tricep stretch. Just feel how your body responds to being closer to the earth. And you might even have that sense of receiving all that is good from the earth below. Let the breath recalibrate, soften. And then as you're breathing, see if you can feel your own strength, even in this resting pose. And then with your next round of breath, come on back up into your tabletop. Come over the toes, send it back, find your down dog. With your next exhale, take a big step forward to the top of your mat. Coming into your halfway lift, long spine. With your exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, strong core, takes you up, reach tall. Urdhva Hastasana, arms reach, hands reach. Exhale, palms together. Equal standing pose. Thumbs to heart space, Samasthiti. Close your eyes. Feel your connection to the earth. Feel the feet root down. And then blink your eyes open. And then feel your left leg rooting down strongly into the earth. Feel the ball of the left foot and the heel of the left foot. We're going to take our way into a standing pose, a balancing pose, tree pose. So you might start by taking that right knee, sending it out to the right. Maybe it's going to come out at 45 degrees. Maybe it's going to come out at 90. Feel what's comfortable, but keep both hip points toward the top of your mat. And then decide where you want to go. If you're wobbling, keep the toes down. Otherwise, you can bring the foot up so the heel's below the knee, or reach down and grab it and bring the heel all the way up to the groin. The place that you don't want your knee, your foot that is pressing against the knee. We don't want to torque that out. Once you're settled in, decide where you want hands to go. Then go hands to heart space. You can reach up nice and tall. Press that left leg into the right foot into left leg. If you want a little challenge, you can look up. If you feel like you want to sway your tree limbs in the breeze, sway the tree limbs. Your challenge, 2 more breaths. See if you can feel that calf starting to talk to you. Bring that recognizing and allowing to it. With your next round of breath, reverse it out, knee to the front, hands back to heart space, drop the legs down, shake out what needs shaking. And then let's get ready for the second side. So we're gonna root down that right leg, feel the ball of the right foot, right heel. You would feel the femur lifting back up into the socket as you engage your quad. Same thing, where do you want that knee? 45 is fine, but if you can go to 90, that's great, as long as the hip points are towards the top of the mat. Then inhale, find where you want that foot. Anywhere, as long as it is not pressing into the knee. But press that right thigh into the left foot. Maybe hands go to heart space. If you're feeling wobbly, you might try just hands to the waist. Heart space, reaching tall, maybe looking up. And if you're wobbling, wonderful, it means you're reaching your edge. Maybe swaying. When you're ready to reverse it out, your practice, your time. If you're feeling locked in, stay for another breath. Otherwise, reverse it out. Palms come down, knee comes to center, drop both legs, the left leg back down, and then shake out what needs shaking. Once again, Samastitihi, hands to heart space, close your eyes. Balance poses are really great for bringing stuff up. So know what came up. See if you can just allow it to be. Big inhale, big exhale. With your next round of breath, blink eyes open, arms back down, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep up, reach tall, take a little back bend if you'd like. With your exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway left, long spine. Exhale, bend knees, plant your hands, step it back, find plank. Once you have found your plank, you get to decide. If you feel like working a little more, vinyasa through. If you feel like you're ready to just go back to down dog, take it back to down dog. That's where we'll meet. Once you're in your down dog, make it feel like a big, huge down dog stretch. Biggest one of the day. And then with your inhale, float that right leg way, way high. With your exhale, bring the knee right behind the right wrist to the outer edge of the mat. Then you might scooch that left leg back a bit, square the hips, and then stand up or sit up tall and come into a little pigeon heart opener. So walk the hands back towards the hips, let the shoulder blades lift the heart space, fill up your whole chest with a big inhale. And with your exhale, bring it down. Long spine, finding pigeon. You might stack both fists to support your forehead. And then see if you can find the stretch you need in that outer right hip. The side of the glutes. Flex the right foot. That can help protect the right knee. And then see if you can square the hips a bit more if you have room in your body. So right hip can come back, left hip forward a touch. And then we'll take a good 5+ breaths here. So if that is hurting your knee, come on out. You can do supine figure 4. If anybody comes out, I will demonstrate that. Supine figure 4 is the same stretch as our down dog, but it is a lot easier to control. But 2 more breaths. Really breathe into that tight spot. And then nice and slowly unwind. Plant those hands back down, send the right leg back. Send it up high. Take a couple movements to release any tension that came in the knee. So maybe pumping it out. If you'd like, maybe even a little hip opener can feel good. And then settle back, find the down dog that is working for you. So maybe at this point in your practice, heels can melt towards the earth a touch more. 1 big round of breath. Then with your inhale, float that left leg way, way high. As you're ready to exhale, send the knee through, drop it behind the left wrist by the left edge of the mat. Scooch the right leg back if you need. top of the foot can press down. And then tall spine, hands back towards the waist. Pigeon heart opener, shoulder blades lift the heart space, look up, big inhale, long through the spine. And the exhale can take you down. Walk it out. Once you're down, see where the forehead wants to go, maybe stack fists. Make sure the forehead's supported so that you can then relax the shoulders and the trapezius muscles. Find that stretch in the outer left hip, flex the left foot, maybe square the hips, left hip back, right hip forward. From here, about 5 good breaths. So you can really breathe into that tight spot in that left outer glute. We are all different on each side. So if you find that that left knee is the one that's bothering you, then you might come out on this side and go to supine figure 4. A couple more rounds of breath. And then nice and slowly begin to reverse it on out. Walking the hands back under the shoulders, scooching that left leg out, sanding it back, 3-leg down dog. Take the movements that you need, pump the knee out, in and out, maybe a little hip opener, and settle it back. Finding your down dog, reaching the arms long, melt the heels to where they're gonna go. Big inhale, big exhale. With your next exhale, bend the knees, look forward, walk it through, finding your way into your supine position. If you have a block or a substitute for a block, you might have it handy in case you want it for support. Now we're going to come on down and prepare for bridge pose. So once you are down, bring the heels in towards the fingertips so that you can just barely brush fingertips to heels. Arms stay alongside, root the whole low spine down just to get a nice stretch in the lumbar spine. And then inhale, lift. Let the glutes help lift the hip points. Root the feet down, send energy so that the quads feel like you're sending energy out the knees. And then see if you can get the chest a little closer to the chin. If you'd like to come into full expression of the pose, you can tuck one shoulder at a time underneath you, and then interlace and send those knuckles like they want to shoot between your feet. Press the sides of your palms down, press the triceps down. So you can lift up as high as you can. 2 more breaths. See if the glutes can help you lift a bit higher. And then with your exhale, reverse it out. Untuck, uninterlace. 1 vertebra down at a time. Once that last vertebra is down, let the whole low spine connect with the earth. And just take a few breaths here. Allow the feet to come to the outer edge of the mat, the knees to come together, and then give a little windshield wiper side to side, just releasing any tension that may have come in to the low back during bridge. And then go ahead and replant the feet. And then we're going to move into legs up the wall. This is where if you have a block, you might want to use it because you can use it in supported legs up the wall. If you do not have a block, you can do legs up the wall either against your wall or use a little bit more effort to just send the legs straight up. If you do have a block, it's really nice to just stick it right under your tailbone and then get the legs up. It just means you're much more able to be relaxed, a little less effort in your legs up the wall. And we'll stay for about 5 breaths. Just helps get that blood flowing back down, just like our inversions, like down dog. And then we're going to transition to a supine twist. So if you have the block underneath you, go ahead and remove it, and then let the knees float over your torso. Send the arms out at a T, shoulder height. Using your core strength, let the knees float over to the right, and the gaze over to the left. If your knees hit the ground, you can give yourself more of a stretch by pressing the top of your knee down. as you look over that left arm. Couple rounds of breath. And we'll take it with core strength, back up, hover knees over thighs. Use your core strength to send those knees the other direction. If the left knee doesn't touch the earth, you can support it with your fist or with a block. Or if you need more, it's more of a stretch, you can press down in the outer right knee and take the gaze over the right arm. Couple rounds of breath. Good. With your next inhale, use that core strength to bring the knees back up. And then we'll transition into happy baby. So grab the outer edge, pinky side of the feet. Start with feeling the feet like they want to touch the sky, like you could step right on the sky. Keep the low back connected to the earth and give yourself a little bit of a side-to-side rock. Massage out the low pelvis. And then if you want a low back stretch, you can round off, curl off the low back. Send the legs wide if you want more of a groin stretch, taller if you want more of a hamstring stretch. Press the feet into the hands as the hands pull back. And then with your next exhale, we're going to come into a teeny tiny little ball. Knees come together, wrap up around the shins, grab opposite elbows. And exhale, see how close the chin can come between the knees. Become a tinier little ball on the next exhale. With your inhale, full body stretch, reach everything long. Big inhale, point the toes, then flex the feet, go taller still. And then with your exhale, bring your arms back down alongside and prepare for Shavasana. If you have a cover up that you would like, take a moment to cover up so you stay nice and warm. If you like to have a bolster when you're in class under your knees and you've got a little throw pillow or a blanket to roll up under your knees, go ahead and take time so you can find comfort, find stillness. Once you find that stillness, take a couple big, huge rounds of breath, just like we did at the start of class, so that you can fill it all the way up, past those collarbones. Hold it so you can drink a touch more in. And then open mouth, let it go. See how loud you can make it. Take a couple rounds of those really big breaths where you're really sending out. And then when you've had what you need, let the breath come back to unshaped, letting the breath breathe you. And as you let the breath breathe you, once again, just as we did at the start of class, feel how much each exhale can help you release. So letting the exhales help you let go of any muscular tension, any sense of weight, any holding. So you each exhale, or feel each exhale as if it has that power to release and take out what doesn't serve you and disperse it away. So that when you fill up with a new breath, you're filling up with exactly what you need. Several rounds of these nice, long, letting go exhales and inhales that allow that sense of healing to come in with the breath into your body. And allow even that little bit of attention and work to let go. And just feel the breath breathe you. Once again, just as we did at the start of practice, feeling the sensation of the inhales, sensation of the exhales. So that your only focus is on sensation of breath. While at the same time, you build that awareness of thoughts. So when a thought does come in, which it will, just let it go. Send it like a lone puffy cloud skirting across the sky out of sight, so that blue sky is all that's left. Then from your Shavasana, before we transition out, I invite you to place your left hand on your heart space. That's the center of your chest above your breastbone. Press it right into your breastbone. Press the right hand on top of the left. And just notice what that feedback does for you. And then as you're ready, release that hand position. And allow yourself to take some little bit of movement. So perhaps wrist circles, perhaps a neck stretch. You can just bring the chin to the shoulder as you ground the opposite shoulder back down and take it back and forth a few times. And then when you are ready, go ahead and roll it over to your fetal position. Often it's thought the right side for a little bit more energy after your practice, the left side for a little bit more relaxation, but whatever side calls to you. But really feel that fetal position for a few rounds of breath. And as you stay in that fetal position, note how your body feels from the inside out. And then nice and slowly make your way up to your comfortable seated position. And see if you can keep your eyes closed as you find your way there. And once you get there, bring hands to heart space. Press thumbs into the breastbone, palms together. I invite you to take a moment to bring something to mind for which you are grateful. It's one of those powerful self-care practices, just reminding yourself one thing, or maybe two or three, that you're grateful for. So breathe that sense of gratitude in, whatever it is, whatever's coming to mind for you right now. I'll close the practice with one round of Om. And since you're not in the studio with me, I invite you to Om louder and more off key than I will. So empty out. Big inhale to fill up. Allow hands to come back down to your thighs, blink eyes open. Thank you so much for coming out, getting to your mat, and practicing together in our virtual community. I'm going to turn off the recording and unmute